Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today? I'm going to be honest, I'm recording late because I couldn't be bothered, to be honest. No, I don't know. I think it's getting hot again, and I was putting off, and I was like, whatever. But I did record some Hours and See the Sky, I would say. I mean, I feel like I'm on a roll in my game. Oh, okay, I was on a roll, and now I've hit a snag. I've actually thought about it a bit more, and I kind of want to go back into recording because I'm just like, I have a theory, you know. I'm doing a classic thing that Dear Darling does, is that between the games, she's passively thinking about the games because that's all she can think about when she starts getting into it. But good evening everyone, I'm here for Late Night Broadcast. I hope I can make it through this. Right now in Fawnhallow is 1:10 AM on Friday, June 19th, 2026. Oh, what should be Thursday, June 18th, 2026. But yeah, what am I going to talk about today? I don't really know, to be honest. Because I cannot remember. What did I talk about yesterday? Onsen. Okay, so what happened after the onsen? In the Japan trip? I will say, I mean, on the onsen. The onsen was really lovely. Generally, I love the onsen. Okay, so we went to Osaka. Oh, some other nice things happened. We saw some very nice bridges. And my friends will know what that means. You are... Tutu? Yes. I should really... You know, that's a great idea for someone to do. In the year anniversary for Animal Crossing. I should try and do that, like a quiz of guessing all the, or basically just saying, can I name all the Animal Crossing villages? You're rolled. No, that much. It's almost scary how many of the Animal Crossing villages I know. I would say there's probably definitely people out there who can name all 413 of them perfectly. I'm definitely not that, but I have a... For the sheer fact that I have not seen most of the villages. Especially in game. I think just the fact that I remember a lot of my names is kind of crazy in its own right. This hotel and business makes it very easy to be able to test my knowledge. We can just sort of walk around and see who there is. Apparently no one, well it is like 1 AM, so I guess it's kind of late. But yeah, so what should I talk about next then? So we went to Osaka, so I guess it's just more like a smaller thing. Where we didn't do anything that crazy on that day, I don't think. We left with the old can. The only thing I remember of that is I took a small dip in the onsen, a personal onsen, that morning. I think I just remember just like sticking my legs in the water or something and letting that just sort of wash over. Gosh, now I wish I was back in my room right now. And we had a really lovely breakfast. I think I spoke about that. It was just like we had like a hot pot thing for breakfast. Oh, you know what we did have a lot of these bento boxes as we were going on with Shinkansen. I felt so bad for a couple of my friends doing it because they're vegan, so they obviously want vegan bento boxes. But they just had the most crazy string of bad luck almost like every single time. You are... Oh, Bruce, you used to be on this island. Almost every single time they tried to get a bento box, like the vegan ones are almost always sold out, which is just so unlucky. I can't believe it. But the bento boxes are just really nice. I would say bento boxes, lovely thing. Wish we had more things like that in the UK. I guess it's kind of like the equivalent of like a meal deal or something in the UK, except for bento boxes are really quite nice. What's this one I had? I don't remember. I think it's just like Atlantic salmon or something. But they always have like these very small like little places in front of just like outside the gates or whatever we can go and they have like these set menu bento boxes. It's really tiny, literally like what looks like a cubicle, but they're just like stacked up with bento boxes. And I remember this one. I don't remember the other one I had. No, I do remember the other one I had, because the other one we had was we got from this place and then we had to run for the train. That was the thing which my friend wanted me to mention because we almost missed the train. That was the one for... Wait. No, not for Yuzu. for Nico. But this must have been the second bento box we had. Then, right? Because we, or is it the third one? I don't remember. Did we? No, we drove down to Izu, right? I can't remember the exact details of everything of it anymore. I think everything's getting mixed in my head. Right? Yeah. It was a road trip. Yeah. Okay. So we didn't have a bento box then. There's a bento box before from Nico, and then I think question mark, and then yeah, there's the one on the way to Osaka. I don't know what my friends' ones had, to be honest, but yeah, I remember this little. It was a tiny little cubicle thing, because I was looking. I remember looking around that station, being like, "What sort of options are there?" And I was like, "Okay, this is basically the only option, which is something we can take on the train." And I saw they just had like a limited one. It was like Atlantic salmon or something. I remember thinking it because I remember reading like the katakana for it, and I was like, it's so long. But my brain was just like, I can't be bothered to read it. So when I looked underneath and it was had the English name, and I was like, oh, okay. Because it was something like Atlantico salmon or something. Atlantic salmon. Yeah. I do remember for ordering this as well. I learned what the box counter was in Japanese. I can't remember anymore. I think it's Hako. So what, Hako doesn't sound right. Hako box counter. Ibako is my guess, but I can't remember what it is. Maybe it is Hitohako. Hitohako, yeah. But I remember the box counter for that. I remember it being pretty decent. And that's that. And then we went on Shinkansen. But yeah, I don't know, bento boxes are just really nice, to be honest. I know my friends once, they had a Shizuoka vegan lunchbox. That was the one I remember they did get, because it was on the platform. And it was very lovely. I don't know what we did, but this is just us in the room. Oh, I remember this Osaka room. I remember it because it was a very small place. It was basically a place where they turned every spare possible room into a bedroom. So it was basically defined by the one main entrance hall and a really thin corridor. Well, not really thin, just like a thin corridor, and everything sort of hidden away, and all these sort of different rooms. And I remember I ended up being, I was in like what ended up being the smallest room, but that was the point. I had so much stuff. I had 2 suitcases. So I hid one of the suitcases under the bed, just about, and the other one I opened up at the foot of my bed. So I basically, like, if you wanted to get into my room, you had to sort of like hang on to the wall and swing round, because there was essentially no space. That one was absolutely crazy, man. Because how much packing I had to do that, but I guess we'll sort of get onto it. Oh yeah, we also had okonomiyaki that day. How was it? It's not bad. I don't think it was the best okonomiyaki I've ever had, but it was also very late, so we were just trying to find like a dinner place. I remember that much. Yeah, I don't know. Like bento boxes. Like, I mean, they're probably not a thing here because they're probably like so cost ineffective, I think, to assemble compared to like sandwiches or whatever. But bento boxes, oh, supreme. That's like these like set lunch menu meals are sort of great. To be fair, we do have actually, now I think about it, like very similar things in the UK, but just not called bento boxes. Like things like Farmer J's is like a chain restaurant in London, which is very well known for having just like box meal foods. I don't know what it's called, field trays. It's apparently what Google Images is saying. So the only thing that basically is a bento box. I should start like making my own bento boxes, like often or something. Like I bought a bento box. I still wish I got the animal. I want to see, is it possible? Animal Crossing bento box Sanrio. Can I order this? I really, really wanted it, but it wasn't being sold anywhere. Animal Crossing bento box. It was so cute. It was like a multi-tiered bento box. Yes, this is it. £54, £18 delivery. It's so cute. There's no official Animal Crossing Sanrio bento box. What are you talking about? Isn't it this? Re-owned though. It was so sad it wasn't there. Because that was definitely one of the ones I absolutely wanted to get from a Nintendo store. But sadly, more than one went to wasn't there. But it's okay. I picked up a different bento box from Tokyo Hands. I remember that much. I think it was yeah, there was cutlery as well. There was different cutlery from this one. I'm actually really tempted. Like, someone's selling on eBay. I'm actually highly tempted to get this. It'd be so pointless. Like, it'd be so pointless though. Oh, this one's free delivery as well, actually. Wait. Oh yeah, here we go. Animal Crossing cutlery set. See, this one I got. No, I should restrain. No point doing it. It is really cute though, but I do have a bento box. Yeah, I don't know. I remember when first learning about bento boxes. I don't know why I remember this, but it was in primary school, where it was an assembly, a morning assembly, by our principal or whatever, about this concept of a bento box and how it's meant to be a feast for your eyes before you feast with your mouth or something, because they're always arranged in such beautiful things. And then I think that was it. It was a story about someone, like a kid, like a British kid or school kid, learning about bento boxes, from, I don't know, some place or another. And then him buying like fun-size apples and then working with his mother or something to make his lunchbox like a little bento box thing. I don't remember this. There's a concept of bento boxes and fun-size apples all in one story. Fun-size apples. And you might be like, what are fun-size apples? I don't know. I guess it's just a British term for very tiny apples. Why are they called fun-size? I don't know, but it's like, what a Britishism, isn't it? Animal Crossing bento box. Now I'm just looking at Animal Crossing bento boxes now, trying to find them. Someone did it on Reddit. See, that's a feast for it. That's right there. Look, Animal Crossing themed bento box. That's so cute. But yeah, bento boxes is nice sort of thing. So take out things. I'm glad I have so many convenient ones. I have a train station. I don't know. It's kind of nice having a bento box because to me it feels more like a sort of set meal sort of thing. Like, I don't have any. Like, there's nothing wrong with a meal deal. I guess that's kind of it. It kind of simulates a feeling of like having a packed lunch back at school. You know, sandwiches plus crisps or something. But at the same time, I think having the entire ensemble together for a bento box, that's a whole different feeling, isn't it? Dang. See, this is the thing though. Looking at my Japan photos makes me want to go back to Japan. Mainly because I just want to buy more stuff again. Anyway, bento boxes, very cool. Atlantic salmon one I had pretty good. I had another one at some point. I don't know, do I have enough time to try and find it? It was probably on the trip from Osaka to Kyoto, right? So probably could find it. If I just scroll down, oh, I thought it'll eventually appear. There's too many photos in that album. Makes it rather difficult. Okay, scroll. So it would have been after this. Would have been after this is still Osaka. That's also still Osaka. That's also still Osaka. So it's probably one after this, right? A day after this? Yeah, that was the last day of Osaka, I remember that. And this is Kyoto. No, wait, this is already Kyoto. Wait, did we go to Nara in Kyoto? Maybe we did. That sounds... Oh yeah, we did. Here we go. My friend had McDonald's apparently. Went back to a Nintendo store. Did I take a picture of a bento box? No, you can't see it there. Oh no, you can see it there. All these things on display, but we didn't have in stock. Most tragic fate. Oh yeah, we had that nice sort of like lunch cafe place. Because I didn't have a bento box. I feel like I had at least one other bento box at some point, but I don't remember when. Anyway, I think I'm around this episode up here. I don't really have much else to say, I'm sorry to say. Now I'm just looking ahead at future things, which are going to be fun conversations. But for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been dear darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see you again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye bye for now.